everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm so happy you're here today.
And I'm Julia. Thank you for joining us. Today we have a very powerful topic that can change your life and also help you learn English better.
Yes, today we are talking about how to control your mind. This sounds big, but don't worry. We will explain everything in a simple, easy way. Controlling your mind does not mean stopping your thoughts. It means learning how to guide your thoughts in a better direction.
Exactly. Because when you control your mind, you control your feelings. And when you control your feelings, you make better decisions. You feel more confident and you learn faster.
Many English learners tell us, Jason, I feel nervous when I speak, or I forget words because my mind becomes blank. This happens because the mind goes into stress mode.
But when your mind is calm and clear, speaking English becomes easier. You can think better, you can remember words faster, and you feel more confident.
So in today's podcast, we will talk about simple techniques anyone can use. These techniques are easy, powerful, and perfect for English learners.
By the end of this episode, you will know how to stay calm, think clearly, and control your mind in any situation, especially when speaking English.
All right, let's get started. So, Julia, before we talk about the techniques, let's answer a very important question. What does controlling your mind really mean?
Yes, this is the first thing we need to understand. Many people think controlling your mind means stopping all thoughts or becoming perfect, but that's not true at all.
Right. The mind is always thinking. That's normal. You can't stop your brain, but you can guide your thoughts. You can choose where to focus your attention.
Exactly. Controlling your mind simply means this. You decide what thoughts to listen to and what thoughts to ignore.
That's a powerful point. For example, if your mind says, I can't speak English, you don't have to believe that thought. You can choose a better one, like, I'm learning, I can improve.
Yes, and when you choose better thoughts, you feel better. Your feelings change. You feel more calm, more confident, and more ready to speak.
Another thing people misunderstand is that controlling your mind means being positive all the time. But that is impossible. Everyone has negative thoughts, even native speakers, even famous people.
True. The goal is not to remove negative thoughts. The goal is to manage them. When a negative thought comes, you notice it, you understand it, and then you slowly guide your mind to something more helpful.
Here's a simple example. You have a job interview in English. Your mind says, what if I make mistakes? Instead of panicking, you say, it's okay to make mistakes. I will do my best.
And that small shift gives you power. Controlling your mind is really about making small mental shifts that help you stay calm and strong.
So in simple words, controlling your mind means choosing helpful thoughts instead of letting your mind control you.
Beautifully said. And now that we understand this, let's talk about why our minds sometimes become negative or distracted.
So now that we know what controlling the mind really means, let's talk about why our minds become so negative or distracted. Because this happens to everyone, even to us.
Yes, and it happens more often than we think. One big reason is stress. When we feel stressed, our mind starts to create negative thoughts automatically. It's like the brain is trying to protect us from danger, even when there is no real danger.
Exactly. For example, when you want to speak English, your mind might say, what if people laugh at me? Or, what if I make a mistake? This is your brain trying to protect you, but it ends up creating fear instead.
Another reason is overthinking. When we think too much about the future or the past, our minds become heavy. We lose focus. We feel tired even without doing anything.
Yes. And in today's world, we also have a huge problem: distractions. Our phones, social media, videos, they constantly take our attention. Our mind becomes used to jumping from one thing to another.
Right. And when the mind jumps too much, it becomes hard to concentrate. That's why many English learners say, "I can't focus on studying," or "I forget words quickly." Their mind has too many distractions.
There is also fear: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of speaking. Fear makes the mind louder and more negative. It tells you things like, "You're not good enough," or "Don't try."
But the important thing to remember is this: a negative or distracted mind is normal. You're not broken. You're just human. Everyone experiences this.
The good news is you can train your mind, just like you can train your body. And when you train your mind, it becomes calm, clear, and strong.
And that's exactly what we will learn next. Let's start with the first powerful technique.
All right, let's begin with our first technique. It's simple, but very powerful. Pause and observe your thoughts.
Yes, this technique is the foundation of mind control. Most people don't notice what they are thinking. Their thoughts run very fast, and they follow every thought without stopping.
Exactly. It's like watching a movie but not realizing you can press the pause button. When you pause your mind, even for a few seconds, you take back control.
So how do we do this? It's easy. Whenever you feel stressed, confused, or negative, just stop for a moment, pause, and ask yourself one question. What am I thinking right now?
That question is magic. It brings your mind back to the present moment. Instead of getting lost in thoughts, you observe them like a watcher.
For example, imagine you are about to speak English, and suddenly your mind says, "I will make a mistake." Instead of panicking, you pause and notice, "Oh, my mind is giving me a negative thought."
When you observe your thoughts instead of believing them, they lose power. They become lighter. They stop controlling you.
Here's a mini practice for everyone listening. Ready? Just take a slow breath and ask, "What am I thinking right now?"
Maybe you're thinking about learning English. Maybe you're thinking about your day. Maybe your mind is blank. Anything is okay. The goal is just to notice, not to judge, not to change. Just notice.
When you practice this every day, even for 10 seconds, your mind becomes calmer. You start to understand yourself better, and it becomes much easier to guide your thoughts in a positive direction.
Beautiful. Now let's move to the second technique, one that helps you change negative thoughts into helpful ones. Now that we've learned how to pause and observe our thoughts, the next step is to replace negative thoughts with simple positive ones. This is one of the easiest and most effective ways to control your mind.
Yes, and the key word here is simple. You don't need big, complicated positive sentences. Small, easy positive thoughts are enough to change how you feel.
Let's look at an example. A common negative thought is, "I can't speak English." Instead of believing it, you replace it with something simple and true, like, "I am learning. I am getting better."
Exactly. You're not lying to yourself, you're choosing a more helpful thought. And when you choose a better thought, you feel more confident.
Here's another one. Many learners think, "People will judge me." A positive replacement could be, "People are usually kind, and mistakes are normal."
Yes. This small change can relax your mind immediately. Your brain listens to the words you say to yourself.
Let's do a quick practice with our listeners. Think of one negative thought you had recently. It can be about English, your life, your job, anything.
Now try to make a simple positive version of that thought. Not perfect, just simple. For example, negative. I always make mistakes. Positive. Mistakes help me learn.
Negative. My English is bad. Positive. My English is improving.
Negative, I'm too slow. Positive, I'm growing at my own speed.
See how easy that is? When you replace even one negative thought, your mind becomes calmer and stronger.
And if you practice this every day, your thinking becomes more positive naturally. You don't need to force it. It becomes a habit.
All right, let's move on to the next technique, one that helps you focus and avoid distraction. Our next technique is something many people struggle with today. Focus on one thing at a time.
Yes, and this is so important. Many people try to do many things at once, checking their phone, thinking about work, listening to music, and studying English all at the same time.
And when we do that, our mind becomes tired and confused. We feel stressed because our attention is jumping from one thing to another.
But when you focus on just one thing at a time, your mind becomes calm and clear. You understand more, you remember more, and you feel more in control.
Here's a simple example. When you are studying English, don't check your phone. Don't think about your messages. Just focus on the English lesson. Even 10 minutes of full focus is more powerful than 1 hour of distracted studying.
Exactly. And this works in daily life too. If you are eating, just eat. If you are walking, just walk. If you are talking, just talk. Give your mind one job at a time.
Let's try a quick mini exercise. Look around you right now and choose one thing, maybe your chair, your desk, or your phone. Focus on it for just 3 seconds, only that object.
See how your mind slows down? This is the power of single focus. It strengthens your mind like a muscle.
Great job! Now let's move to the next technique. A very calming one that uses your breath. Our next technique is very powerful and very simple. Use your breathing to calm your mind.
Yes. Many people don't realize this, but your breath and your mind are connected. When your breathing is fast, your mind becomes stressed. And when your breathing is slow and deep, your mind becomes calm.
Exactly. That's why controlling your breath is one of the easiest ways to control your thoughts. You don't need any tools. You don't need to sit for hours. Just 1 minute of calm breathing can change how you feel.
So here's the simple method we want everyone to try. It's called the 4-4 breathing technique. You breathe in for 4 seconds and breathe out for 4 seconds.
Let's do it together, right now. Okay, everyone, take a slow breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great. Let's do one more. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4 and breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4.
How do you feel? Even after just 2 breaths, your mind probably feels a little softer, a little calmer.
Yes. That's the magic of breathing. When your mind feels stuck, stressed, or scared like before speaking English, just take slow breaths. Your body calms down and your thoughts become clear.
And the best part is, you can do this anywhere. At home, at school, at work, even while walking. No one will even notice.
If you practice this breathing every day, even for only 1 minute, your mind becomes stronger and more peaceful over time.
All right, now that we know how to calm the mind, let's see how to use all these techniques in a real-life situation. All right, now we're going to show how these techniques work in real life. Let's imagine a stressful situation that many English learners face.
Yes. Let's say I have a job interview in English in 10 minutes. I feel nervous. My heart is beating fast, my hands are shaking, and my mind is full of negative thoughts.
Okay, let's act it out. Julia, what is your first thought?
My mind says I'm going to make mistakes, they won't hire me.
Great. Now let's use technique number 1. Pause and observe. Julia, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now?
Okay, I'm thinking, I will fail. I'm not ready.
Good. You are observing the thought without judging it. Now let's use technique number 2. Replace the thought. What is a simple positive version of that thought?
Maybe I will try my best. Mistakes are normal.
Perfect. See how your mind already feels lighter? Now, let's use technique number 3. Focus on one thing. Instead of thinking about the whole interview, just focus on one thing. Your first answer.
Right. Instead of worrying about everything, I focus on the first question only.
Exactly. Now let's calm your mind with technique number 4. Breathing. Ready? Breathe in for 4 seconds. And breathe out for 4 seconds.
Okay, I feel a bit calmer now.
So now, let's check your new thoughts. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I can do this. I will speak slowly. I will try.
Beautiful. That's mind control. You didn't stop your thoughts. You guided them.
And now I feel more confident, more relaxed, and ready for the interview.
This is exactly how anyone can control their mind in stressful moments. Pause, replace, focus, breathe. Now that we understand the techniques, let's talk about something very important. The common mistakes people make when they try to control their minds.
Yes, many people try very hard, but they don't see results because they make simple mistakes. The first common mistake is trying to stop all thoughts.
Exactly. You can't stop your mind from thinking. That's your brain's job. When people try to force their mind to be quiet, they become more stressed.
The second mistake is being too negative about yourself. For example, if you get distracted, you say, "Why am I like this? I'm so bad at focusing." But this only makes your mind more negative.
Right? Controlling the mind is not about fighting yourself. It's about gently guiding your thoughts, just like teaching a child.
Another mistake is expecting quick results. People try these techniques for one day, and when they don't see a big change, they give up.
Yes, but the mind is like a muscle. It becomes stronger slowly with practice. Even 2 minutes a day can create real change over time.
And the last mistake is multitasking while practicing mind control. For example, trying to calm your mind while watching your phone or checking messages. This does not work.
You must give your mind a few quiet seconds. Just a small moment of calm can make a big difference.
If you avoid these mistakes and use the techniques we shared, you will see real progress. Your mind will become more peaceful and easier to guide.
Great. Now, let's move to the next part, simple daily habits that help you control your mind every day. Now let's talk about why controlling your mind is especially important for English learners.
Yes. Many learners feel nervous or stressed when speaking English. Their mind becomes busy with thoughts like, "I will make mistakes," or "people will laugh at me."
Exactly. And when your mind is stressed, your words get stuck. You forget simple vocabulary. You speak slowly or with fear.
But when your mind is calm and focused, speaking becomes much easier. You think clearly, you remember words faster, and you feel confident.
Here are a few tips for English learners. First, pause and observe your thoughts before speaking. Don't rush. Notice if you feel nervous or negative.
Second, replace negative thoughts with simple positive ones. For example, instead of I can't speak English, say I'm learning, I can improve.
Third, focus on one thing at a time. Don't worry about the whole conversation. Focus on your next sentence or your next word.
And finally, use slow, deep breathing if you feel nervous. Just a few breaths can calm your mind and help your words flow naturally.
If you practice these tips every day, speaking English will become easier and more confident, even in stressful situations.
Yes, controlling your mind is the secret to speaking English naturally and without fear.
All right. Now let's give our listeners a quick speaking challenge to practice everything we learned. All right, everyone. It's time for a quick speaking challenge. This will help you practice controlling your mind and speaking English at the same time.
Yes, don't worry, it's very simple. I'll give you 3 short sentences. Your task is to say them aloud slowly and clearly while staying calm and focused.
First sentence, I am learning English every day. Take a deep breath and say it aloud.
Second sentence, mistakes help me improve. Focus on the words, breathe slowly, and repeat it aloud.
Third sentence, I can speak English confidently. Remember to pause, observe your thoughts, and replace any negative ones with positive thoughts.
Great! If you can say these 3 sentences calmly, you are already practicing mind control and improving your English at the same time.
Try repeating this challenge every day. It only takes 1 minute, but it can make a big difference in your confidence and focus.
Perfect. Now let's move to the recap and final motivation.
All right, everyone, let's quickly recap what we learned today.
Yes. First, we learned that controlling your mind means observing your thoughts, not stopping them. Then, we learned 4 powerful techniques.
Technique 1. Pause and observe your thoughts. Technique 2. Replace negative thoughts with simple positive ones. Technique 3. Focus on one thing at a time. Technique 4. Use breathing to calm your mind.
We also practiced a real-life example, talked about common mistakes, and gave tips for English learners to speak more confidently.
Remember, your mind is like a muscle. It becomes stronger with practice just a few minutes every day.
Exactly. Don't worry if it feels hard at first. Every small step counts. Stay patient, stay consistent, and keep practicing.
If you use these techniques, you will feel calmer, think clearly, and speak English more confidently.
You have the power to guide your mind, and that's the key to success in life and learning.
Great! Now, let's close the podcast with a short call to action. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode